1, 2, 1, 2. All right. Are we live? I think we are. We are live. All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Into the Mind of Music here every Monday at 7:30. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate you. And without you, I wouldn't be doing this. So thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate that. Okay, what's new at NJ Bass Academy? Well, NJ Bass Academy is kind of in an uproar right now with all kinds of different things going on. We got a million things going on, so I've been working pretty hard over there at NJ Bass Academy. And if you don't know what NJ Bass Academy is, I'm here to not only make you a better musician, but specifically a better bassist. And the show is for any musician, of course, that would like to learn a new trick or two. I learn new tricks all the time. I'm always studying, and I'm always finding new ways to improve, and I hope you are too. Okay. So, like I said, I'm going to be revamping my Patreon page, and I'm going to be lowering the price quite a bit. So, watch for that. Will definitely let you know when I have that changed. So if you'd like to go over there and check out my bass lessons, you can, and see what my Patreon page is all about. Okay, so we're here. So let's get into a little bit of the news. Second course of action here at NJ Bass Academy. So I see that it did not capture. So let's do this and see. Oh, look at that. I did something good. I did it right. I love when a plan comes together. I really do. All right, in the news again, Bruce Springsteen. All right, so before I get on to Bruce, a few weeks ago, as you know, I reported that Bruce Springsteen was returning to Broadway. So this is kind of a follow-up, I guess, after his first few shows. So I'd like to get into this article a little bit. Bruce Springsteen returns to Broadway with emotional performance. It's a long time coming. The show featured 3 new songs, hilarious commentary about his DUI bust, and a sad update about his mother's declining health. Well, Bruce, she's getting up there in age, and God bless her. I wish her all the health and everything in the world. And I know what it's like. I lost both my parents. It's very tough. It's very tough when your mom is sick. So my heart goes out to you, boss. It really does. All right, it says this pandemic isn't going to end at any one moment. Joe Biden isn't going to land on an aircraft carrier in a flight suit waving a giant mission accomplished banner. There won't be a VE Day like celebration where church bells ring across the country and strangers embrace each other in Times Square. And as the Delta variant continues to spread across the globe, causing infectious spikes everywhere from India to Ireland, it will likely be a long time before COVID-19 is just a traumatic memory. Well, guys, I hope that's not so. I was hoping that we were out of the woods. But with this new variant, I guess you never know, right? But an important step towards normalcy was taken on Saturday night when Bruce Springsteen walked on the stage at New York St. James Theater to begin an encore run of Springsteen on Broadway. It wasn't just his first time facing a live audience since January 2020, but the first Broadway show of any sort since the state of the pandemic. And the capacity crowd, which included Steve Van Zandt, which is no surprise, United States Secretary of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, I can never say his name, Mayor Pete, whatever his name is, Brian Williams, and many deep-pocketed Springsteen fans welcomed him with a familiar Bruce roar that drowned out the chants of the anti-vaccine protesters gathering outside the theater. Yeah, that must be tough with the anti-vaccine protesters. But I knew it was going to be like this. I knew you'd have to carry your card around or have proof that you're vaccinated to do all kinds of different things, and that's exactly what happened. So I guess I was right about something. All right. So so Bruce goes on here. Let's see. All right. It's great to see everybody here tonight, he told the crowd after opening up with Growing Up and slightly reworked remarks about his youth. Unmasked, sitting next to each other in one room. It's a long time coming. It's a big time thrill. What a year. 71 years on the planet, and I've never seen anything like this past year. And I was lucky. We stayed healthy and busy. I put out a record with the E Street Band. We did a film called Letter to You. I did a radio show. I did a podcast with the President of the United States. Wow. I was handcuffed and thrown in jail. Oh, boy. He's referring to, of course, to the incident in November 2020 where he was charged with a DUI in New Jersey's Gateway National Recreation Area, otherwise known as Sandy Hook. After drinking just 2 shots of tequila. Yeah, 2 shots. He had an empty bottle. What are you talking about? All right. Okay. Up until the show, he hadn't commented on the matter publicly, apart from his Zoom court appearance where the most serious charges were dropped and was just fined. He was just fined $540 for drinking alcohol in an area where it is banned. So they dropped the DUI. So yeah, he does too much for New Jersey. And anyway, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I didn't wake up one morning, get on my motorcycle, and say, I think I'll drive to jail, he said. And then I had to go to Zoom court. My case was the United States of America versus Bruce Springsteen. That's always comfortable to hear, that an entire nation is aligned against you. You have managed to engage in an act so heinous that offended the entire, and I'm not even going to say the curse word, effing United States. You, my reluctant law-breaking bridge and tunnel friend, have drunk 2 shots of tequila, New Jersey. They love me here. It was a reminder that much has happened since the initial Springsteen on Broadway wrapped up in December 2018 and a 14-month run That was before the pandemic. George Floyd, Black Lives Matter, Trump's defeat in the 2020 election, the big lie, the insurrection, Biden's inauguration, the vaccine rollout, and the gradually reopening of society. There's another great picture of Bruce. So he's 71 years old. It's a wonder he's lucky to still have his mom. So he should be very, very blessed that his mom is still here. The general framework of the show remained intact, and the beats will be familiar to anyone that saw the last run or the Netflix special. But he did drop a handful of songs, Brilliant Disguise, Long Walk Home, and Born to Run, and changed around some of the spoken word parts to reflect everything that has changed. Sadly, his mother's health has continued to deteriorate over the past few years, and he seemed to be fighting tears when updating the audience on her condition before a moving rendition of The Wish. She's 10 years into Alzheimer's. He said she's 95, but the need to dance is something that hasn't left her. And that's true. My partner and I were doing a gig, and Bruce's mom happened to be there, and yeah, and she just loves to dance, and she's a wonderful person. And they asked if we could do a Bruce Springsteen song, and we said no. No, because we don't know any. And she was very, very sweet. That's okay, dear. You just play anything that you guys want. She was so sweet. Oh, that's sad. Okay. So he says she can't speak, she can't stand, but when she sees me, there's a smile and there's still a kiss. There's a sound she makes that I know means I love you. When I put on Glenn Miller, she starts moving in her chair, reaching out for me to take her in my arms once more and dance. And if you know Bruce, he was always seen at the clubs dancing with his mom. And what a beautiful thing that is. All right, I'm not going to read this whole thing. It just goes on and on and on here. But it should be noted that the St. James Theater is twice as large as the Walter Kerr Theater, the original home of Springsteen on Broadway. The enormous stage made the show feel slightly less intimate, and it's quite possible fans on the top tier struggled to hear him when he wandered away from the mic. That said, the place is still about 50 times smaller than the usual places Springsteen plays. If all goes according to plan, the world will see Springsteen back on the road with the E Street Band in 2022. Until then, he's holding court at the St. James Theater and reminding fans, at least the vaccinated ones, that we're in the home stretch of the pandemic and very good times await. I hope so. I hope so. So, there's Bruce and Patty. And the other picture, the one at the piano is really cool. This one here, I hope you guys can see that. Bruce sitting at the piano. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, let's go back to screen one. Back to me. And I've been having trouble with this camera. It keeps moving. It's killing me. I need to lower it anyway. It's set up basically for a bass lesson that I gave the other night. If anyone's interested in taking bass lessons, they can hit me up on YouTube and actually take a one-on-one lesson over Zoom. So if anyone's interested in that, hit me up in the comments. I try to get back to everyone that comments. And like I said, I appreciate you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. All right, at this time, any of my friends, if any of my buds want to call in or anybody wants to give a call into the show to harass me about Bruce Springsteen, that would be awesome. I'm gonna get out of the news here, and let me see. Hey, Charles, how you doing, man? You made it, huh? I know you said you didn't know if you were gonna make it or not. Good to see you hanging out. It's good to see Bruce back. You know, it's good to see things back. As far as concerts go, you got the Eagles at the Madison Square Garden with a full orchestra, which sounds like that could be really amazing. So the Eagles are there. For me, or the prog fans, anybody that likes progressive music, you got King Crimson coming to the PNC Art Center here in New Jersey, and I'll definitely be at that show. And we have Fish coming back to Atlantic City. Fish. And I know a lot of people that have a love-hate relationship with Fish, but if you could sell Madison Square Garden for 13 days, I would say that's a huge accomplishment. Excuse me, 1 second. All right, I had to take a coughing break. Got to quit smoking those cigarettes. Oh boy, it's a tough road to try to quit smoking, but I'm gonna do it this year. Before 2022, I am definitely gonna quit the smoking. All right. If anybody has anything that they want me to cover, bass wise, just hit me up in the chat. If anybody's working on anything that I might be able to help you with, that's why I'm here. I spent thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on lessons and music school, and I'm here for you. So pick my brain, whatever. If I can help you, I will. That's why I'm here. All right, with that said, I'll move on to the next portion of the show. I have no clue what I'm going to do. As a matter of fact, at 7:25, I was just waking up. It's been a long day. But it's always fun to be doing something with music. All right. As you can see, I have a new bass here. Well, it's not new for me. I've had it for, oh gosh, 30 years or so. And I love this thing. 1962 Fender Jazz Bass. Fretless. Of course, no pickguard. This is not a road worn series. This is a John worn. In other words, I wore it out. Let's flip it over, see what it looks like on the back. And of course, before I got it, somebody decided that, of course, that they wanted to make this a natural wood base. So it looks like they started to take the finish off here, and they got about this far, and they said, screw this. I am not doing this. And then they just kind of left it like that. If you're wondering why this is all bare wood back here, to me it just looks like someone was going to strip it down and decided too much work. And I'm so glad that they did, because if I put a pick guard on this, it's really not all in that bad a shape. So it's pretty cool. Let me tune it up. And my good buddy Charles is watching, and he's not only a phenomenal bass player, but he plays fretless a lot, a real lot. And he is awesome, Charles Lambrisi. You could check out his podcast on Into the Mind of Music podcasts, in with all of the other 130 some videos that I have on YouTube. So if you're new to this channel, you just stumbled along and you're going, what the heck kind of channel is this? Check out my YouTube channel, NJ Bass Academy. Over there I have over 130 plus videos, performance lessons, podcasts, live shows, you name it. It's over here on YouTube at NJ Bass Academy. So let's see if I got some sound. All right, not too bad, not too bad, not too bad. All right, let me see if I could pull up an interesting drum beat, and maybe that'll spark, maybe the drum beat will spark something. All right, that's a pretty cool drum groove. Let me see. Hopefully my looper and everything is working. I didn't try it, so I may be embarrassed right now, but all right, now let me see. Let me think of a chord or two. All right, just a little bit of a bass loop there. I have no idea what I'm doing, but hey, why not? All right, well, I thank all you guys for tuning in. Hope you got something out of this video. And if you enjoyed it, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. And I'm losing my camera. Hey, there you are. Hi, hey, what's going on? All right, so what did I do? Okay, so this one's going out to all the aspiring bass students here. All right, so what? I picked two chords, F and G. Simple, right? And then I'm holding the F. Okay, so where is F and G? F major and G major. what key has F major and G major? Well, happens to be, very luckily for me, the key of C. So it turned out to be pretty easy, right? So I got lucky tonight. Okay, so you have F and G. All right, so I look at that as the 4 chord going to the 5 chord. So if you're in the key of C and you have the 4 chord going to the 5 chord, and you know your modes, get that melody out of there, you'll know that the F is the Lydian mode. Okay, so that's for the F Lydian. And for the G chord, you have G Mixolydian. So, you can look at it individually, each chord. F, You could play over each chord individually, like you would in a bass line. Okay. You could also do that in a solo, play over each chord. Also, you could just think key of C. And play all of your modes. Or you could just play over just the Lydian mode, just the F Lydian. Keep it simple, right? Okay. Also, you can also play F major pentatonic and G major pentatonic. Oh, before I get to that, you could also play over, just think G Mixolydian. Or F pentatonic to G pentatonic. So there you have it. There's a bunch of different choices. Basically, this turned out to be the key of C. Well, thank you for tuning in to Into the Mind of Music here, live, 7:30 every Monday. And hopefully I'll be more awake. All right, I don't want to go off on too much of a tangent with the bass lesson. Pretty simple. Key of C, all of the modes, everything in the key of C. Nothing really crazy. So once again, have fun improvising, making up bass lines, and writing music. The older I get, the more I just want to make music. It's not really even about the bass. The bass is just happens to be what I learned to communicate with. All right, let's stop that thing. All right, so when you're improvising and when you're doing stuff like this, sometimes things come out great, sometimes they don't. That's just the nature of the beast. And I hope you got value out of this video. If you did, smash the like button and subscribe. And like I said, I'm here for you guys. Any topics that I might be able to help anyone with, just ask me. You can email me. You could do all kinds of things. Shane is here. Hey, Shane. Quit smoking. We want to keep you around. Yeah, I know, man. Yeah, I'd like to be around for a while anyway. Okay. Well, I'm going to end a little bit early tonight. I do appreciate Charles. I appreciate you being here. And Shane, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate all my subscribers for sure. Help me get to 500 subscribers. Like I said before, if anyone's watching and they want to call in, they can call in. I'll wait about another minute or two. And yeah, and that's it. So I am here with my fretless bass, which I haven't even picked up this bass in, oh God, probably a couple of years. So don't mind. I hope my intonation wasn't too painful on this bass. Fretless bass is just so much more expressive than a fretted bass. Definitely has a different sound. And when I play up here real close to the neck, it gets such a beautiful sound. All right, a little bit of Spain there. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Now I'm just starting to wake up. So now I'm waking up. And I will see you next week. Thank you so much for tuning in. And to everybody in the chat, I really appreciate you. Thanks for saying hi. And I will see you next week. Same time, same bat channel. Y'all come back now here. Smash that like and subscribe if you got some value from this video. Peace.